Addiction, much like the forces that govern our universe, can feel like an inescapable pull. Just as gravity binds planets in their orbits, addiction can grip individuals with a force that seems impossible to overcome. But why is addiction so difficult to quit? To explore this, we need to dive into the science, history, and human stories that make addiction such a formidable opponent. What is the science behind it? Addiction is not just a failure of willpower. It's a chronic disease that alters the brain's structure and function. When we talk about addiction, we're referring to a range of behaviors that involve a compulsion to engage in activities like drug use, gambling, masturbating, or even shopping, despite harmful consequences. This compulsion is driven by changes in the brain's reward system, specifically the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reinforcement. What are the types of addictions? There are two primary categories of addiction: substance addiction and behavioral addiction. Substance addiction includes dependence on alcohol, drugs like cocaine or nicotine, and even prescription medications. The brain's chemistry changes as it becomes reliant on these substances to feel normal, leading to a vicious cycle of use and withdrawal. Behavioral addiction involves compulsive behaviors such as gambling, internet use, gaming, and even exercise. When no substance is involved, the brain's reward system is similarly hijacked, creating a dependency on the behavior for emotional regulation. The genesis of addiction. Addiction often begins with a voluntary action, like trying a drug or engaging in an activity for the first time. But over time, repeated exposure leads to changes in brain circuits that control decision-making, judgment, and self-control. Research shows that certain individuals are more vulnerable to addiction due to genetic factors, early exposure to addictive substances, or behaviors and environmental influences. Why is it so hard to quit? Quitting addiction is akin to escaping a black hole. The closer you are, the stronger the pull. The brain's prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for self-control and decision-making, becomes weakened over time. This makes it incredibly challenging for an addicted person to resist cravings even when they desperately want to quit. They often face intense withdrawal symptoms, including anxiety, depression, or physical pain. These symptoms are the brain's way of protesting the sudden absence of a substance or behavior it has become dependent on. What is the path to addiction prevention? Preventing addiction starts with understanding its risk factors. Education about the dangers of substance use, early intervention for at-risk individuals, and fostering environments that promote healthy behaviors are all critical steps in reducing the likelihood of addiction. Building resilience through strong social connections, stress management techniques, and healthy coping strategies can act as a protective shield against addiction. Overcoming addiction. Recovery from addiction is possible, but it often requires a multifaceted approach. Treatment typically includes a combination of behavioral therapy, medications, support groups, and lifestyle changes. The process is not linear and may involve setbacks, but each step forward is a victory against the pull of addiction. Consider the story of actor Robert Downey Jr., who struggled with substance abuse for years. His journey to sobriety involved multiple attempts at rehab, support from loved ones, and a renewed sense of purpose in his career. He advocates that there's still hope for those in the grips of addiction. Recovery is possible with determination and the right support. Addiction may be a formidable force, but is not invincible. By understanding the science behind addiction, recognizing the factors that contribute to it, and embracing the path to recovery, we can help ourselves and others break free from its grip. If you enjoyed this video or it helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Letters of Inspiration, spreading inspiration one letter at a time. Until next time, stay hopeful.